here's what we'd like to do now is to allow you folks to see exactly how DCS is able to provide just the utmost in technology on their simmering section. What we're going to do is we're going to let you guys take a look, strip it all the way down to the bone. You folks can see how this thing operates. All right, folks, what we've got here is a DCS cooktop that we were able to grab for you guys to where you can see exactly, what's going on here from the burner down. And, and ultimately, just, starting from the top to the bottom, of course, you'd have your stainless steel top here. But as far as the burner goes, what you have is a porcelain coated cast iron burner head that this just simply, lifts right off. And what is underneath it is a cast brass section where the flame actually comes out from, all the way, or rather from everywhere but your simmer. The flame comes out of these ports right here. And cast brass does an excellent job of holding the heat and transferring the heat onto the burner head, and that's why DCS uses that material here, because it is a superior material to use. And, of course, you got your cast brass piece, and this actually just lifts right off. And something that I'd like to show you is they have some pegs here that go on the cast, that are on this cast brass piece, and it allows it to fit onto your next piece, which is made out of cast aluminum. And so ultimately, what it allows is for only, the burner to sit in one way on there. And so, it's something that you've got your grooves here, and ultimately, all your flame, like I say, on everything except for simmer, comes out of these ports right here. Here's something else, too. I'm going to bring this grate into the picture. I'd like to show you folks something. Figure out how I can set this up to where you can look at it. Okay. But, as we mentioned before, you've got those pins where this burner sits in one way, in correspondence to the grating here. And here's something that I'd like you to take a look at. Out of all these little fingers, you've got 4 fatter fingers, if you will. One on each side, where it matches up with the porcelain cast iron grating. And the reason why those are fatter there is that it prevents flames from shooting out on your cast iron grate. And, basically what that does is it allows you to use the heat coming off of your burner not to be wasted on heating the grating itself, but to be used where it's really needed, which is on the container in which you're cooking. And so, again, it's a great idea, one of those things that, hey, why doesn't everybody else think of that? DCS, just does, the best work, as far as engineering and, ideas and things of that nature. I wanted to let y'all take a look at that. And underneath your cast brass piece, you have a cast aluminum burner head. And this is something that I'd like to let you guys take a look at because, this is kind of the whole secret behind the simmering feature on these burner heads. Because when you're in the simmering position, the flame does not come out of the top of the burner head, but it comes out of this space in between your top cast aluminum piece and your bottom one. And what that does is that it allows you to achieve an extremely low BTU, 500 BTUs, and even 140 degree temperature on your simmering section. And so, it's something that, this design is just phenomenal on how it works. And that's how they're able to do it, is by sending, a completely different, gas control system to this simmering feature. And here's what I'm meaning. I'm going to take this piece off. Basically, you've got 2 parts here. You've got one piece and then another. And during your regular burner features, everything but simmer, all your gas is coming through your center outlet. However, in simmer, I'll slide this off, your gas doesn't come out through the middle right here. It comes through this small port on the opposite end. And so basically, when you're wanting to simmer, here's what the competition does is, in simmer, they simply send a smaller amount of flame through the main, burner area. However, on DCS, how they've done such a tremendous job is they actually have 2 different ports where gas comes out of, and you have 2 individual feed lines that support each one of these ports. And so as you adjust your control valve, from high to low, It manipulates how much gas they send here, but when you go to simmer, no gas comes out of this port, and it all comes out of this smaller tube right here, feeding that ring that we looked at earlier. And you know, it's just something that, you know, it's an awesome idea. It allows you to achieve those low simmering temperatures, and ultimately we were really excited because we wanted to show you this broken down look to see how, you know, all this stuff works.